A very good morning to everybody, and especially to the guys online. Which camera are you using for the guys online? They can't see me. Okay. Is it this one? All right. I'm going to stand away from the point because I can hear myself. A very good morning to everybody. And firstly, I think an apology is required. We were supposed to start at 10 o'clock, and we're only starting now. So we'll try and keep the program tight and remind ourselves why we're here. Before we get started, my name is Keorapetse. Initially on the post, I'm the only girl. And then from being a guest speaker, I was requested to do the emceeing. So we'll run the program and we'll see how we fit me back into it a little bit later in this. So we're here today because not only is it Nelson Mandela Day, but it's time for you to do something kind for yourself. So you and I are probably the same. We've been to talks. We've listened to some of our favorite people, depending on what platform you're in, that you look up to and that inspire you. And in that minute, you've got about 3 days or so of power and electricity in you to be like, I can do this. I'm going to do this. But along the lines, you lose all of that momentum because motivation doesn't really get you where you want to go. It can put the fire in you, but if you lack consistency, you're going to have problems. So today we're attending to give back to ourselves, to bore back into us, and to probably do the kindest thing we've ever done for ourselves by taking time to realign our goals and dreams and reclaim the things that give us real progress in life. So some of the people who are here and who are online, you have goals, but you struggle to stay consistent long enough to achieve them. There's a meme that goes around. It has like little apples that's been bitten off, and they refer that to all the online courses that you've got open, all of the to-do lists that you have. You're building a life for yourself, one goal at a time, and you're looking for practical ways to stay consistent and to invest in yourself intentionally. So welcome to Addy and Friends as we begin to guiding you to becoming the person that you want to be. Andy? We'll start with our first speaker for the morning. When I first met him, well, I met him through a briefing. I earmarked him as the 70% man because he said you only need to be 70% ready to get anything done, you know? So I was like, oh, really? I don't need 100%. Right. He also understands that you do not get what you deserve. In fact, you only get what you negotiate for. I'm going to try not to butcher his name. Mukondleteri for short, Mukondleteri Dumela. He is a software developer and a multimedia graduate in language and a language activist. Can we get started on the conversation?
Good morning. My name, as mentioned, is Mukondleteri Dumela. I work in the software space, but also in the language space. I want to start my brief talk this morning with a confession. And the confession is, I've never been ready. I've not been ready when I was not ready when I started the Xitsonga.org work. I was also not ready in 2015 when we shipped the first mobile app for Xitsonga.org. I'm also not ready now as I'm working on Angola, which is a multi-language learning platform. Every single time, I've always told myself I need to start even though I'm not prepared enough. Every time I've thought I'm waiting for a feeling of being ready, that feeling has never arrived, not once. Underneath this confession I've given, what propelled me to start the Xitsonga work. It was not the confidence I had, it was pure frustration. The frustration was that I was looking for Xitsonga names online on Google to translate, and I couldn't find anything. Couldn't find a single word for the Xitsonga language. The Xitsonga language being my home language, being the language that my grandmother speaks fluently, was disheartened that it did not exist in the online space. At the time I started, as I mentioned, I was not a professional in the space of building software or building mobile apps. I had no funding, I had no team. All I had was a simple idea that I wanted to solve. There was this gap I mentioned that I couldn't unsee. So I started to build anyway. I I got a handful of people I knew to help me build. The feeling of being unready continued even when I was building. There were things that I felt I still needed to wait for me to proceed. Had I listened to this feeling of being unready, Xitsonga as a language would be largely missing from the internet today. The Xitsonga work I'm speaking about went on to win the Best Educational Solution of the Year at the MTN App Awards 20 through partnerships with linguists and other partnerships that led to funding later on. We were able to grow the work into what is Angular today. The key message I'm trying to speak to you about is that I was not ready to do any of this work. Most of us often, when we claim to be preparing, we are actually stalling. It is because of that fear to start that we stall and stall and stall. But what I would like to tell you is that you don't have to be 100% prepared to start. If you're 50% there, if you're 70% there with your skills, you have enough to start with your goals. As I conclude, what I would like to ask that you do briefly is to look deep within yourself for one thing and only one thing that you would like to achieve. I'm not asking that you come up with a 5-year plan. I'm not asking that you come up with a proposal. The simple ask is that you name one thing that you would like to achieve. Just one thing that you've been thinking about. Just name that one thing. It could be a version of the work that you are doing that you have not shipped yet. It could be a conversation you would like to have with someone concerning a business idea or other personal issues. Anything that you've been sitting on waiting to start. I want you to name that thing. What I would like for you to do is to write it down on a piece of paper if there is a piece of paper in front of you. If not, you can open the notes app on your phone and just write it down. Remember, the ask is that you only write down one thing, a simple goal that you would like to have. So it's not a plan, it's not a huge business proposal, simply the one thing that you would like to achieve. Now, I want you to think about what I've been saying about myself, that when I started the Xitsonga work, I was not ready. I was not prepared. The only thing I had with me was that one goal, that one idea, similar to what you have written down in your notebook or in your mobile app. And had I not taken action towards that particular goal or thought that I was not ready to start working towards that particular goal, the work that I have done for the Xitsonga language would not exist. Also, the work that we are currently doing for the Angular apps would also not exist. Angular app is not finished. We are still shipping. We still feel not ready many times, but we continue to ship. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. So the takeaways out of everything is that you don't have to be ready. I think we all know that preparation trumps perfection all the time. So I think getting to understand what your one goal is, for me, it's very difficult. When you said write down one goal, I'm literally stuck. I don't know what the one goal is. And maybe that's a good thing that we're here today. Maybe we'll look at what I really, really like doing and we can maybe hone in on that and decide what the one goal is. It's a very big ask for you to sit down and decide what is the one thing that's going to keep the fire in you burning. And what is the one thing that's going to keep you invested in the person you want to become? So hopefully online and out here, you've written down the one goal that you want and we'll start breaking it down because Andy said 67 minutes to get to your dreams. We'll see how far we get. All right. Thank you, Dumela. Appreciate that. Very inspiring to decide that you can start with nothing. 10 Rand is enough, I guess. This economy anyway. So for the second time since I've met Andy, he's always asked me to introduce myself. I did it the first time when we had a interview. He was talking to me about my career transition and he's asking me to do it again because if I wasn't the MC, somebody else. But I'm the MC today, so I have to reintroduce myself again. So my name is Keorapetse. I'm born and bred in the Northwest, Pukeng. And for the longest time, I thought I was going to be an agricultural scientist. I thought I was going to be a nurse. Turns out I ended up being a media studies and journalism graduate. I did radio for the longest time, since 2009. The first week of the school's opening for varsity, in my first year in a different province, I was already on radio. And that's where my broadcasting career took off as a media studies and journalism student. I could have written, but I decided to go with the radio angle. And if Redis goes, yes, we can hear it. Yes, that's what it is. From there, after about 10, 12 years, I transitioned into technology. And a lot of people looked at me and said, how do you move from broadcasting to technology? It's a matter of reinventing yourself. You know, as you grow as an individual, you learn that with life comes growth, with life comes different interests. And sometimes it's about future-proofing yourself. And future-proofing yourself doesn't really mean because that's where tech is going, that's where you're going. It's about protecting your legacy. It's about protecting the dreams that you built from a very young age, and then trying to keep that going even after you've left this planet and leaving an influence of some sort. So I got into web development. And from there, I've grown to understand that, like Dumela said, you only need one goal and you need to laser focus into that. Half the time when you're deciding to do something, you're losing a part of yourself that you've held on for so long. So if, for instance, you're in the catering business and you're moving into the modeling industry, you can't take everything you have from the catering business. You need to let some things go. And you need to start moving into a different version of yourself so that you can achieve what is essentially burning in your heart, right? So that's my story. And that's what I want you to take from this. Once you've picked your one goal, I need you to focus all of your energy into that. I call it laser focus. It means that, you know how a laser beams? It beams in one spot. It hardly ever does the whole disco light thing. That becomes a bit crazy. So you need to focus on the one thing and you need to let go of everything else. Only after you've let go of everything else can you then hone in on the one thing that you've decided is going to work for you. So while you're deciding on your one goal, please remember that there's some parts of yourself that you're going to have to let go. It's not everything because nobody starts from scratch. Everybody starts from an experience. If you're moving from studying economics into studying medicine, you by then have an idea of what studying pattern looks like. You're not foreign to the studying industry or the studying environment. You're not foreign to waking up early, sleeping late, or to achieve an academic achievement. You're not foreign to going to the gym, for instance, if you're looking into getting healthy. You've wanted it, it's been in your heart. You're just letting go of the things that are delaying. All right, great stuff. Okay, before we start, today's the 18th of July. Heard a rumor it's your birthday. And I wasn't supposed to say anything, but I'm not good with secrets. They shouldn't have told me out of everybody else. So a very happy birthday to the birthday guy. Let's give him 5 claps, I guess. Very happy birthday to you and congratulations on getting us all here. The next speaker is the birthday guy as well as the reason we're all here. Somebody who believes in your career, somebody who believes in your dreams, and somebody who will confidently lead you to where you need to be, provided you invested in yourself to do that. He's been seen as a pillar of a community. He's developed a very cool couple of apps, and he's brought us all here together. So, Andy, I think it's your time to shine, yeah? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Great.
I like just talking to people, and I like to just make it as natural as possible, because at the end of the day, the speech can fade, but the reality that we are going to script today will never fade, probably be there with you for the rest of your life, right? So I wrote a speech. I don't like it, but I would like to say good morning, everybody. And firstly, thank you very much for being here. And out of all the places you could be on the 18th of July, you chose to be here with us and investing in yourself. This is the key word, in yourself, right? And that really, 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 really tells me something about the kind of people that are here, and some of them that are actually online already, which is a good thing, because then there's like, a different attitude that you probably are coming up with in here. And this is what we really want. Today happens to be my birthday. I think she already broke the news. And normally birthdays are celebrating the year that has passed. If you think about it, when you're turning 1 year, we celebrate that, oh yeah, you have lived 1 year, and then we sort of celebrate that. But then today I want us to swap that, and then we celebrate what is to come, which is the goal that you're about to set. And that is going to be what your life is all about. I genuinely believe that you have made one of the best birthdays for me. I think to come here, it's always something great. And mostly birthdays are meant to be celebrated with people who are very close to you. I think for me, already you are close to me, and you are the founding members of what we are trying to do here. So I thank you. And I hope today marks one of the best days of your life that you probably never thought would ever happen, but they're happening. And you actually get to enjoy and be happy with us. But before I start, I would like to set a few rules. I don't know who likes here rules. Who died? Who doesn't like rules? Everybody likes rules, right? I like rules. I like rules. I like rules. You don't like rules, which is good because today we're going to set up some rules, right? And the rules are quite, before we begin, for the next, I'm not going to make it 67 minutes. It's going to be shorter. We are going to ask you one important thing. Please leave your emotions outside this room. And if you still have them, there's a very nice the trampoline there. You can go and jump out the emotions out and then come back in. I can give you 5 minutes. That's totally fine. The reason why we are not going to be looking at your emotions is because of feelings or emotions happens to change every day. And some mornings you wake up motivated. Some other mornings you don't wake up motivated. Some other mornings you wake up confident and you feel sad and all those kind of things. But you don't control those. That's just something that's happening. But if I can give you a very good reminder, nothing really stable in life is built from an unstable ground. Think about it in this way. They spend so much time and so much concrete on a house to actually ensure that the foundation is way too strong. They could have just put like simple wood and then the house would sway anytime. You would have ujelele and there's, some nice air and all those kind of things. But nothing is stable in life is really built around something that is unstable. And emotion is one of the biggest things that are quite unstable. Today, we are building on facts. If I'm to explain in the simplest term, facts is something that is that can be proven to be true millions or billions of times. So today, we are going to be talking about things like time, your choices, the effort, consistency, and accountability. If you look around the room here, there's some good words that are there. Don't look at them for now. There are some small statements that are written. You're probably going to take some good time as you're networking to actually read each and every one of them. But these are the 7 keywords that we will be repeating multiple times until you get it. If you don't get it, you will still have a chat with me after and I'll make you get it. I hope you will. Just a very good one. Let's come back to the presentation. This is not going to be a conference. How many of you here have gone to a conference before? I guess it's everyone. Do you remember what you've got to learn from that conference? I'm not saying one motivational line, what you've got to learn. Good. How much of that are you applying today on the things that you got to learn from the conference? So who can confidently say 50%? You wasted your time. So today we will try to make sure that you don't waste your time. Everything that you're going to learn today, you can apply it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until you're actually tired for the rest of your life. Again, this is not a conference, it's a lab. Those who know what labs are, experiments are done at a lab. So if right now we are saying we want a COVID vaccination, they go to the lab and they try to simulate it and all those kind of things. All of a sudden they come and then inject you with some water and they say, call it the medicine that you have, right? So today we are at a lab. We're just not wearing coats, but we are writing pen. We have a pen and we have a book and we have a brain. And we are going to design our life the next few minutes. How many of you here have goals? I think this is the most important one because that's the keyword, right? You have goals, right? Does anyone want to share what one of their goals that they have with me? Just one. Yes.
Hi, my name is Mazi. One of my goals is to be a professional crocheter since it's my hobby. So I'm a beginner and I want to advance in that.
Crochet, is it where they sew things and stuff? That's good. So you want to make the clothes that we are wearing and all those kind of interests. That's good. That's a great goal. But then how long do you think you're going to take to reach that goal?
A while because I am working. So finding time to balance a hobby and work is a bit difficult.
That's good. How do you know it's a why? How did you quantify it?
Because of my daily habit, how I spend time in crochet after work and on weekends, I can see that.
If I say, can you do me a t-shirt in 5 minutes today? Can you do that?
No.
Can you do it in 1 hour?
No.
Can you do it in 5 hours? Good. At least now you know how long that takes you, what your goal is, and all those kind of things. But I don't think it will take you a while. Maybe when we finish this whole session, you'll be telling me that it will take you until December to get to be a professional crochet. But thank you very much for answer. But yeah, so like we said, today we are not going to write a goal because writing is as simple as saying, okay, I thought I was going to use that drawing board. It's simple as saying, I want to have a beamer, and that's it. That's writing. But if you design, you actually look at everything in between, before and during that whole goal, which is the most important thing. It's the heart that really matters. It's not just only the shell that you are putting together to say, I want to have a beamer. That's a goal, that's a dream, that's whatever that you want to think of. But then we need to really design the components that builds up that. Some questions came on when I was having a few calls with people. They were like, well, why 77, 67, all those kind of things? I think it's a Mandela Day. I'll acknowledge that. And instead of you investing your time on the things that needs to be done for other people, for other services, or whatever the thing that you need to do that you probably forget, I thought it would be important that you invest on yourself, because that's one of the most important things. Because if you are so good and you really, really take care of yourself, anything is possible. You can have time for anything, and you can have the best and the right state of mind to do almost anything. I don't want to spend so much time talking. I don't like doing that. I would want you guys to do the work. So here are the 4 main terms that you would really have to know. Most of them are already written there. Things like a dream. Who can tell me what a dream is in their own words? What is a dream? Dream is something you hope to achieve. Do you have any other explanation? But again, guys, life is literally made out of a dream. If you're not having a dream and you're just living, it's very dangerous. Anyway, I'll take your explanation. A dream is something that you hope to achieve. And what I wrote here is, where are you going and why does it matter? Where are you going? Why does it matter? It's the direction and why you're actually doing it. Why? Because if you are doing almost anything without a reason why you're doing it, I'm 100% sure you're most likely to fail or to never finish it or to not even have an interest in it. I'm doing all these things because I really care about not only my dream, but also the people that are sitting here while listening to us online, to make sure that we really have the youth or the people that are building things that are super tangible and that are going to get. And the goal is, what is that one come that changes the next 90 days? Remember, you said it's going to take a long time, right? I want us to, what do they call it? Time box whatever you have as your dream into this 90 days. And then we can see how far we have gone. Whether we failed or we passed, it does not matter. Because what only matters is, did you get progress and did you get outcome? Outcome can be good, can be bad. It does not matter. You have to just get something, and you can only then project your future from that point. The other one is effort. How many hours will I actually invest each week? I've done one thing that I make sure that I do. If you can check, there's a gym, right? I told myself I'm going to put at least 15 3 times a week into the gym. Nothing more than that, nothing less than that, because I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm a software engineer. I have to be doing work and I have to get some output out there, and I have to give software that is great. So how many hours are you going to put into this dream that you have? If you don't have that, forget about your dream, forget about your goal. The last one, this is the most difficult one. This is the one thing I really love: accountability. How much of that dream or the things that you have set for yourself do you actually own? Many people think accountability is about, hey, why didn't you pick this balloon? No. What part of that did you, as a person, remove everyone else? Did you, as a person, really put into that dream or into that goal or into the efforts that you promise yourself you will give on the week? Are you guys still following? Are you still happy? Cool. If you are not, we can get some fruits. We have a lot of fruits. We can be snaky, but I don't mind. You have the good state of mind. Okay, so this is the part where you will be designing and you're going to be writing down on the papers or the books that are in front of you. And even those ones, I don't know which camera do I have to look at. Even those ones that are actually online, you have to take a paper or a notepad and write this with me. We are going to borrow a very interesting concept in the software engineering space. It's called retrospective. I think some engineers would be really relating already with me. The reason why I think this is important is because it takes out things as they are. In engineering, we don't have that thing of saying, hey, does this pedal back and forth? And we don't have an answer like maybe or yes or no. And that's very important in life. Many people, you ask them, hey, did you go to the gym? Maybe. No. Did you go to the gym? Yes or no? No or yes. And retrospective comes in that very good way. And this is the part where I said, we throw away our feelings. I'm not here to pamper you. Don't come here to pamper yourself. Otherwise, if you pamper yourself, you will pamper yourself for the rest of your life and never achieve what you want to get. So these are some simple rules of a retrospective. We're going to look at your life as something that you're building. I want to find a very simple example at the top of my mind right now. Let's say you want to build something. Let's grab a pen. Follow the pen. Let's say you want to build something, this pen, right? In simple English, this is called a product, which means at the end of the day, we want to have a pen that is black and that you can twist, and then that is also written Cator. Cator is the parent company, whatever that we are seeing here. That is also written Cator. Instead of then us saying we want to build this thing, we are the product today. You stand here, you be like, I want to build myself. But not only from motivation, not only from the dreams, or not only for the things that you aspire, from the things that you are saying are true and are defined by you, for you, and you are going to be the one that is going to keep up on it. So, like I said, I already explained the idea of retro. Retro is start with the reality, what is working and what is blocking us. I mean, everybody has a life, right? The most common one I've heard is, I'll ask you, yo, bro, why are you not going? I will use the gym a lot because I just joined the gym, right? So I am flexing. I will ask, yo, bro, why haven't you gone to the gym? I haven't bought the ticket to the, what is it? The subscription to the gym or whatever the case may be. That's an excuse. Why haven't you gone to the gym? I don't have money for it. Cool. Pay for it. What did we do there? Solve the problem. Yes or no? This is not a maybe. Cool. Start with the reality, what is working and what is blocking. And that will help you because this is what we're going to do. Gain roadmap, pick one direction instead of 10 disconnected wishes. Like what you said. What is that one direction? You have a direction. That's wonderful. I would like to even hear other people's one. You can disturb me whenever I'm talking. Pick one direction instead of 10 disconnected ones. Stick to it for the next 90 days. You will fail or you'll pass. At least you try. Again, turn the goal into a 90-day effort plan. Don't overplan. Just, hey, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. This is what I would like to get. This is what I'm willing to put, which is your time. And again, you have to have risk logs. What could go wrong as I'm doing this? For me, I envision what could go wrong when I'm going to the gym is probably maybe the day I'm feeling back pain or something. That is possible. Do I control it? No. But do I know that is a possibility? 100% yes. Why don't I note it down? And why am I noting? Because if you know the risks, already your mind is prepared. And when, say, things hit the fan, you already know how to react. Good. Again, then now we're going to have a review. You're going to, whatever goal you have, like give it to the next person that is next to you or whatever for yourself. And then you quickly review it. If it makes sense. If it's not sound, they will tell you, no. If it's sound, that's that. Because things can make sense into our mind, but we only get better if we take it to the next person. You bounce it off the wall. And the wall is the person. And then obviously I will show you the demo and my progress that I've made in the past 67 days. I've been on the 67 days challenge, by the way. And I didn't do it on all days. I'll explain. This is an interesting one. Many people always say, I'm going to climb a mountain and I want to see the top of it. I want to see Cape Town from wherever I'm climbing. But the question that we should always ask yourself is, are you climbing the right mountain? The reason why I used the mountain analogy is because the hardest thing to do, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing the right one or the right. When things are difficult, doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing the right one. But then the first question, before you go to do the things that you need to do, you have to ask, is it the right one? You already know because you said you want to do it. And then you want to make sure that you get this and this and this and this and this for yourself. That's good. It will just say consistency in the wrong direction does not get you closer to the life. You're just consistent, but in the wrong. Speakers have already done their great job. I really appreciate it. But the biggest highlight I can have to say is that Mukondleteri actually said, start before you're ready. And the outcome is that the audience gets to name one postponed action that you've been telling yourself for the past 5 years. I can 100% tell you, everybody has that, including me. And again, second one is saying, build the reputation. Kia told us how she moved from this to that and all those kind of things. That whole 10 years she was in the media space, it was her building the reputation. But the people that she worked with there, they would be happy to just sort of get her anywhere and then work with her and say, do me the software and whatever. Build the reputation. What can you do that the other person could benefit from? Even if it's not today, in the next 5 years. Again, we are not celebrating a year before. We are planning from now moving forward. And I can tell you, all of you are still going to live over 40 plus, 50 plus years here. And if you don't plan it right, you're going to plan it, you're going to leave that one in trouble. The last one was supposed to be the speaker 3, which was saying, protect the person. The audience names a 90-day risk that could come out of it. I can talk for the third speaker. For me, to protect myself, I have about 4, if not 5 goals, very big goals, very demanding, and they take so much of my time. For me to ensure that I'm still protected and I can still deliver in all of them, I had to choose one thing to do. Number one, I had to get a bicycle, make sure that I cycle to the trails and all those kind of things to stay fit. Also, I had to go to the gym. Otherwise, I was never going to have an energy to have a 16-hour day, every day, Monday to Sunday. So you have to then protect yourself. You have to choose what is that one thing. I'm just using gym as an example. If you have to meditate, you have to pray. You have to do something that really keeps you in check, that is above you, then you're always going to make it. Okay, still following. Am I boring yet? No. I don't want to talk for too long because this is the part where you've already started doing it. A lot of people writing already, which is good because then I'm not going to be doing the job. You're going to be doing the job. This is the part where you remember more than 50% of the things that I said, if not all of it. I have a screen that I'm looking for. That's the one. I mean, we already have defined this, right? Should we go with the crochet example for us? Yes, cool. We want to, let's make it easier. We want to make Mr. Cator a t-shirt for the next event. That's our dream, right? Good. 90 days. Again, we don't have to give you an example. I will reiterate on this, right? Many people, sorry to the motivational speakers, they'll come and tell you, you can do it. Based on what? You know? No, I can do what? But I don't even have the money and you're telling me I can go and buy a Benz or I don't know, a garage or finance something or whatever the case may be. What do you mean I can do it? I can't do it. Maybe at least take a few steps back. Know me, know what I cannot do. And then we start talking. What can Again, before we start the planning in the future, we really need to inspect the reality. This is the 20 minutes way in use. I stop the talking and you start designing and you start writing down. You can snap pages to different whatever that you need to do. And you can then start writing with this very guided thing. Just follow my lead. I promise you will get something. There is this other cards that are t-shirts. They are very important. No. There's a t-shirt size stickers. Can somebody please get me that? I want everyone to just take it. They will stick something. You can stick on every thing here. It will be totally fine. Let's just give it a few minutes. So we're going to have keep it 15. Let's time box it. Let's put it 8. We should have time to have everyone put down their goal. Ask the next person if they're doing it the right thing. I like that. Thank you very much. So I have some good stickers here. I'm going to ask everyone one question and you have to answer it. Write that answer. Stick it on the wall. You have to leave it here because that's one thing we have to leave before we end the session. If you live with it, I promise you this workshop will be the worst and won't give you what you're really looking for. I'm going to give everyone, even the cameramen, because you don't know what they have problems, right? Now, we have to give you the online one. The t-shirt that we're going to crochet, by the way. That's a very good one. Came at the right time. I think you can just give him a pen and whatever. I give everyone? Okay. We have to answer one question and then we jump into this. That is designing the question. That's not the right framing of it, but we're just going to use that. Why do you think goals fail? Write one word. When I give you 30 seconds, no, you don't know the reason why things fail. Write one word. You can write it in Chivenda, in Chitonga.
Just repeat the question for everybody.
Okay, the question is, why do you think goals fail? I'm not sure if the guys online, I can be able to even see your answers, but you can just write.
We're writing this on the t-shirt. Everybody pay attention. On the t-shirt.
Okay, I see somebody wrote a one. Please write them down. I will read all of them. Just write them down. Wait, don't paste it anywhere yet. Just write them.
We're writing what's the one thing that makes goals fail.
Yes.
Okay.
Because remember, we are here to set a goal, right? And we're not just here to set a goal. We are going to design a goal, which means this designed goal, in the next 90 days, you would have clear reasons why you failed or you passed on that goal of yours. Are we all done? Okay, I think everyone is chilled right now. Cool. Does anyone want to tell us why goals fail? Maybe we can start this side.
Inconsistency.
Okay, inconsistency. Can I get another word? You guys are cheating. You are looking at one of the words that we have here.
Okay, we've got another answer over here.
Okay.
When you give up.
When you give up.
Yes.
Okay, so you basically don't like your goal, basically, yeah? Right? Remember, we are living with a yes and a no. It's not a maybe. If you're giving up, you don't like your goal. That's it. Anyone else? You want to take? Procrastination.
Procrastination.
Here's another one.
That's another one. I think there's one back there. Okay. Everyone wants to say something. That's good.
It's lack of self-belief.
Lack of self-belief. What's going on online?
Okay. Let me just take one online and then I'll do that. Okay. Somebody say inconsistency, distraction, and unrealism. Yo, guys, you guys are talking
Sure,
big.
Karabo.
We don't know the
Jeez.
Karabo. You're giving us trouble. But it's okay. It's okay. Unrealism and distraction. I like perfectionism. That's 70% of what Mukondleteri was talking about. I think there's one there at the back and then we can move on.
All right, let's find out what he has to say.
Did you want to say something here, guys? I want a different word. You guys are saying the same word. It's like you are challenged to say something.
Let's hear this word.
Lack of resource. Lack of resource. That's good. Lack of resource.
I think we've got one more word before we wrap up the list.
Not sure if it was said, like comparing yourself to other people.
Hectic.
Lack of resource, comparing yourself to other people. You're actually just not enjoying your goals. Inconsistency and unrealism by Karabo. That's a very good word. And that's that. And that's good. At least now we know why we are failing, right? Because I can easily then tell you, with this framework that we have here, you will have all those answers and you have 100% certainty of where you're lacking and where you're not lacking and how you can go and combat any of that. To some cases, I'll sound like a motivational speaker, but I'm not. I can tell you almost anything that I got to do, where I failed, how I go about it, where I failed, how I go about it, and all those kind of things. And this framework should be able to give you something exactly like that. Cool. Okay. Karabo also said, if you checked on my thing here, it's exactly fear. Because people in general, they're afraid of taking decisions. Everyone is afraid of taking. What is the keyword there? Fear. Everyone is afraid of failing. What is the keyword there? Fear. Like, it's fear. Just every time, the reason why you don't get to your goal, it's fear. You can come and tell me you don't have enough resources, but I can tell you I can squeeze an orange out of a lemon any day, anytime. That sounds like a motivational speaker line, right? Good, good. I want you to take the next, I don't know if it's 5 minutes. Let's do it quick. 2 minutes. I want you to write down what would make this year your best year. I don't want us to think about 5 years or 10 years. No. Remember, life is lived now and the next day. So write down what would make your best year this year. And yeah, you have 2 minutes right now.
Are we still on the t-shirt?
No.
Are we on our notepads?
T-shirt, just keep it on the side. You will stick here because you have to live whatever the fears that are there. If you don't believe what I give you today, crushed out whatever you had on the sticker, on the t-shirt, you can live with it. But if you leave it here, then it means that whatever that I taught you today really, happened to solve that uncertainty.
So on the notepads, we're writing down.
On the notepad, you can write down what would make this year your best year in relation to your goal or anything. I mean,
Yeah, it is in relation to your goal. Considering that we're doing our goals today,
yeah.
the best, what would the rest of the year look like best in relation to the goal that you've written down?
I mean, many people try to make goals sound so formal. I don't think goals are formal. One of my goals this year was actually to be excited and happy. And that included even things other people are afraid to say in public, to go to parties, to explore whatever that I want to explore, do whatever I would like, whatever. That was one of my goals. And there was a reason behind that. Your goals shouldn't only be about, I would like to be the most biggest respected professor at the university. No. Don't set goals like you're old. Sorry to say that, but yeah, I said it either way. Anyway, set goals that really support what you want. Because at the end of the day, goals have to build up to the excitement and the happiness that you have. And if money is one of it, perfect. If good health is one of it, perfect. If excitement is one of it, it's perfect. If networking and making good friends is one of it, write it. Don't judge yourself. Remember, this is you for you. Take your time, right? I'm not going to reveal anyone's dream, probably here, right? We're just going to write it. And then you'll pass it on to the next person once we are done with it. For the people online, this is what I asked. What would make this year your best year yet? Think of it from a dream point of view, right? Because if you're sleeping, you're dreaming, I want to go to the Bahamas or Maldives or whatever. It's still a dream. It could still be a goal. But again, remember, dreams are quite broad and we need to narrow them down. And the framework is going to do that for us. Are we done? I'm seeing face up. I'm seeing people still writing. There's 2 people still writing. The people online, are you done writing that? If you're not writing it, you are just wasting your time. I would suggest just leave. If you're writing, no, I'm honest. I mean, there's a very good thing that Elon always says to say, if you're in a meeting, even if I'm inside it and you feel like you're not getting value, if you're not getting value or you're not giving value, simple as that. I like the gentleman, what he did there. If he felt like he didn't get any value, he left. Perfect. Good. The people who are going to get value are going to stay. And that's good. That's what we want. Cool. We are done with that one. The second question is, what is working and what is blocking you? I don't want this question to just sound vague, right? Look at your life. You could be having 2 kids, which means you don't have enough resources to buy a 20,000 camera to start your camera business. Write that down. Acknowledge it. Because we can't just say we are skipping that if it's part of your life. We are real, right? True of us. So think deeper. What is working and what is blocking you? Give yourself a pat on the shoulder. What is working first before you, you give yourself what's not working? What's working and what is blocking you? Like Karabo here. Karabo is busy commenting and is busy talking to us. We are with you there in spirit, Karabo. I see Otokethy. Atokethy. Not sure what is that. Yeah, we're with you. That's good. I like that. Thanks, Theo. Thanks, Karabo. Right, the second one. Don't just only do the fist and all that. Write this because this has to help you. What is working and what is blocking you? Look at your life realistically. For me, what has been working lately? What is it? I would say it's because I've just been happy. Almost everything. You come and say, Andy, what? Oh, good, bro. May the Lord be with you. Have a good day. That has been working. Sound like I'm pretending, but I'm not pretending. I'm being proactive because I already know what could happen out there. People can come and do anything. Somebody can cross you on traffic. Somebody can do whatever. They will tell you whatever. It's okay. What can I control? Me. What is working and what is stopping? Guys, please bring some, snacks for other people to have to eat here. We're not one of those boring workshops when you eat after. There's plenty of food. No, it's fine, Kia. You can sit down. She will bring the food. Thank you. Just bring some food, some juice, some water, some snacks, whatever. I want to eat as well. Okay? I like Otokethy says, what is working is the hand that's holding me through this challenge. And obviously, she has lack of resources. I like that statement because our cameraman said that exactly, which is my shoot. Cool. We are done with that one, right? Are you confident of your answer? Very confident. Hey, keep it close to you. It's your secret for now. The third one is choose the one outcome that changes everything. This is quite broad, I know. But then what's the what outcome that changes everything? If you are at school, the one outcome that changes everything is that you pass your course. If one of your biggest challenges that you are having is that maths is dribbling you, I'm not going to lie, I passed my maths at 51. It's totally fine, but I passed, right? That's why I'm begging to you, right? So what is that one outcome that you 100% have to get in your life? You're not only sectioning it to your school or your career or your relationship or your what. No. Just think of you. You are the center here. If we don't solve this today, let's just assume we have failed in life. Let's say we only have today to set this up. And if we don't set it up today, we are gone. There's a gun pointed in your face or in your head. If you don't do this right, you're gone. Think about it that way. This is the stakes that we have here. High stakes. The Rato Catherine gave us a name. Karabo, I like your answer. He said what's working is the small or daily, weekly habit that helps with consistency towards the goal. The blocker, the resource. So I think. That's good. I like that you think now, which I made you to be maybe. We are engineers here. You need to have a yes or a no answer. So you will have an answer to what you're saying there after we're done this. So, or the last question to Karabo is that choose the one outcome that changes everything. It's like, if I do this to get that, this will change everything. It will probably unblock 50% or 80% or 100% of your life. In many cases, it always comes about money or working. But if you are from a good, well-off family and you are very fortunate, which happens, right? It's part of life. Then you will probably not have money as your problem, right? So you don't have to write that. Maybe your problem is that your little brothers bother you a lot and they take a lot of your time. That happens, by the way, it's a problem. People just don't see it as a problem like that. But if half of your day is just answering calls and problems and solving your little brothers or sisters' problems, then you have a problem because you don't have time for yourself. You don't have control. One of these speakers that are here. We're all good. We wrote something.
Yep.
Good. The third one or the fourth one is... This is the one where many people give up and run away. Eh? How many hours per week are you willing to put to get this outcome that you want to get? And when is your first action? And what is it? This is a very long question, but you'll understand why we have it. How many hours per week are you willing to put towards this outcome that you want to get? And what is your first action that you're going to take on those? I mean, I already gave you a structure, right? I wanted to get a bit more fit and a bit more energy. You can put it down there. Fine. Thank you. I wanted to get a bit more fit and then be able to just, move around and then, do whatever I want to do, get more energy to work, cycle, get more stamina. The target that I have is actually to swim across a 1 kilometer pond without having to get tired. That sounds crazy, right? But I'm not hoping to get it in 1 month, or 3 months, 1 year. No. I'm just going to keep on doing whatever that I need to do. I'll know when I'm capable. Because you can see the swimming pool there, right? So I can always just put on my watch, go there. So, okay, you went 0.5 kilometers. I'm almost ready. Then I'll go to the pond next time. Just call my friend, bro, let's go find the biggest pond out there, the most scariest one, and we're going to do it. But again, it didn't just start at the pond, it started with small things. I was putting 15 minutes at the gym, the 10 minutes I put at the pool, the 3-4 hours that I take at the trail with the cycle. We're all good. Eat some food as well. Otherwise, I'll be boring. They say if you're hungry, you'll get angry fast. I don't want you to get angry. Whatever we're saying here is very touching. Is it to cry when you're hungry? Very. Okay. This is the last question. Does anyone remember what the word accountability means? Or can you define it? No, I actually gave you this answer in the beginning. When I get to this gentleman in the middle here, because ladies have been taking it. Do you remember what the word accountability means? Okay, give me something.
Like, like taking action that you did, right? Yeah. Taking me.
Does anyone have a better explanation? Okay, I'll read it here. I said I'm not going to read this and I'm going to give you time. This says accountability says what part belongs to you. That's very important. In whatever that you're doing, hey, it's my friends who made me drink. What part of that belongs to you? You could have chosen to stay in your apartment, but you went without this friend. This friend. So what part of that belongs to you? So since we are setting up a goal, and it's all about you. You need to define that. Who will review this with you? In many cases, I'll tell you this. This is a very good cheat sheet. You're most likely going to be alone. And you're only going to do things on your own. I mean, even now, when I'm going to do my cycle, I'm still alone. I just take my drone and then I let it follow me. I don't have a problem. I have a bunch of friends. A lot of friends, by the way. If they want to join, they can join. If they can't join, totally fine. What part of that is really yours and you are really owning? Accountability. So who will review this goal with you? Write it down. If it's going to be your friend, it's going to be yourself. If it's going to be what, it's going to be a group of friends, whatever. Who will review it with you? In review, in simple English, we are saying, who's going to sit down with you and say, hey, we see that you are trying to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, you were able to do this. I think you did this right. I think this is what you did wrong. And I think this is what you can improve on. That's what a review is, right? Because if you don't have that, I promise you never go anywhere. You can't review whatever that you're doing. You're just in your life. With your life. But anyways, I don't want to sound like a pastor in this case. Did we have everything? And are we happy with that? Who of you still doesn't have clarity of their life? Okay, let me change this. Who of you is very confident that they have the right answers to all this and they would like to share with us every answer? And then that's the scenario we're going to run. And then we're going to point out what is wrong with it. And with that, you can go and adjust yours. And then we come up with a final answer for everyone. No, don't worry. Anyone?
Do you want
Anyone?
to?
Any taker? Going once?
There are takers. Don't worry. We'll find takers. Just check for me online if we have anybody who's willing to.
Okay. Let's see if there's anyone online here.
Gentlemen over here, in the meantime. Are you ready? Should we try?
Cool. All right, cool. My name is Ndara Mamat. So wait, I'm basically just saying what I wrote. Cool. I think the first question was, what would make this year best year? For me, I think it would be starting. Because for my dream or my goal, it really is a matter of starting and just dedicating finances for it. Do I mind saying what it is? Let me think. Do I mind? No, I do not. Yeah, it's basically animal farming that I want to do. I have great passion for that. Okay, yeah, so it's basically animal farming that I do want to start. And the other question was, what is working? For me, it's continuous planning and execution.
Check 1, 2. If you don't want to share some of the information, don't share. And share only the high level. It's very important, right? So if you don't want to answer a question, you have 100% right to not answer it. You said you want to do animal farming. Do you know how many animals you want to start with and which type of animals that's going to be? That's wonderful, because then it's already what? Defined, right?
Yeah.
You're not just saying, okay, do you know how much a pig costs you? I know I'm getting a bit too much into this, but this is what engineering is all about. Engineering is all about, we are seeing this big thing, but can we dismantle it to the littlest component or atom that is made out of that and really understand the risk and what it entails? Do you know how many you want to start with? Let's come with a number.
How many I want to start with?
How many pigs you want to get? 100. Cool. I'm just going to come up with a number that is probably going to cost you 10,000 rand. No, maybe more. 40,000 rand. Coming back to the question of resources to the other guys there, do you have 40,000 rand in you or in resources? Poppy, do you have 40,000 rand in resources? Remember, we want to build this dream as if it's all our dream, right? Are we all agreeing? We have two dreams here. We want to make a t-shirt. We also want to start our poultry farming, right? Right now, we have already said we need 40,000 rand to buy all these things. Resources, guys, they don't have them. How much? Come with the number.
Yes, I have actually.
That's impressive.
I think I would say I need about 15K or 20K.
Okay.
Well, let's focus on one thing. Maybe let's just do poultry now so that we don't mix.
That's good.
Like 20.
Let's say 40K, 40,000 rand, right? He needs 40,000 rand. Already in our mind, it's saying that we don't have enough resources, right? Because I don't have that 40,000 is I'm saying, right? Standing right. That's good. But then what if we halve that number and we come to 20,000 rand? Do you have the resources? No. Okay, let's halve that number again and come to 10,000 rand. Okay, we don't have the number. Cool. Let's do this. Let's say we only have 1,000 rand. Everybody here paid like somewhat 100 rand to come here. So let's multiply that by 10. So you have at least 1,000 rand. With 1,000 rand, how many pigs are you going to get? Or how many chicken are you going to get?
Well, with 1,000.
Yeah, with 1,000 rand, how many pigs are you going to get?
Pigs.
Just one or two.
Pigs, 0. Just not the normal. It's not the normal one that I want to.
You might get 2. Let's say you
Zero.
get like.
No, the pig that I want to farm, one is like 2.5.
Okay, let's do this. Now we are reducing.
That's why I said let's focus on chickens.
Now we are reducing his dream, which is good. I like this, right? We are reducing his deal. He wants to have pigs and he wants to have chickens. How many chickens can we get with 1,000 rand?
You can get like 150 for one.
150 for whatever.
Maybe 9, I don't know, 8 or...
You can get 9 or 8 or something like that, right? Cool. That's perfect. Then maybe we can just have that 500 rand. Then you can add a few amount of that, just make that shelter for it. Then more or less, you might need 1,500, 2,000 rand, right? So then what did we do? We take a number that is very high, 40,000 rand. That sounds like we don't have resource to a number that is something that you can save over a period of 5 months or 10 months. Are we not closer to our dream? Cool. We are just seeing our dream way too big and we are not ready to chunk it out to actually come with the littlest thing that you can. Hey, Andy, I can't afford a camera for 20,000, but you have an iPhone, bruh. Take your iPhone. That's that. Cool. He told us the first answer, right? What would make this your best year yet? He said he wants to be a poultry farm. Let's switch it up to somebody else.
Let's go to...
What I want to show here is every answer that is being given here, there is always a challenge. But we need to break it down in such a way that we don't have a challenge. Again, we have to have a risk log. A risk log is we don't have 40,000 rand.
Okay, let's chop down academics. We've done something of entrepreneurship. Does anybody have any academic aspirations in here? Okay, we'll see Poppy.
Poppy, yes.
Let's find out how we break down academics. Pops?
Thank you very much for the answer. Appreciate it.
Make this year my best year is getting distinctions for all my modules.
Yo.
I'm saying passing is not the problem. Passing is quite guaranteed.
Okay.
How I pass is where I want to make sure that I pass over at least 70.
Hey, that is my dream. Can we exchange? Okay, I like that. So the dream is quite high and the dream is somewhat big. But can you actually tell me what is working and what is blocking you? I think you already have said that what is working is that you're passing, right? Good. What is blocking you to get to 75? You can take up the mic just so you can hear.
I would say what is working towards, because I have some distinctions, just not all. So what is working is putting in a bit of time every day or a bit of effort into one module at least every day. So that when test time comes, exams come, I'm not starting from chapter 1, having to study 20 chapters in one. So if I study chapter 1 today and then chapter 2 next week, by the time exams come, I at least have done some of the work and I just need to revise and on.
Okay.
That's what is blocking me is, like I said, I need to put in effort every day, but some days are longer than others. So some days by the time I get home, I've had too many lectures and I'm tired and so on. That's the problem. Can't always find it.
Good. This is one thing I do and that I do pretty well, right? Actually, you know how a child's mind works. If a child wants to jump, get head. You're gonna think twice. You're gonna think, right? Cool. So I use the very same thinking in everything that I do. I always assume one pace and then I just follow that until I prove that wrong. That is the right one. So I'm going to take your story and then I'm going to assume that you want to be consistent, right? But the problem is you're being too hard on yourself. You think consistency is showing up every day? It's not. This is the definition of the question I have. It's can you repeat it? Whatever you're doing, can you repeat it? Why? Because, okay, let's run a scenario here, right? I would like to show up every day to the gym. Guys, kids have to eat from home there. How can I show up at every day in the gym? I know, hey, we don't have electricity. Hey, I have to be carrying fridge with other people that will be doing deliveries and doing whatever the case may be that I need to do to make sure that the food is on the table, right? Does that mean that I'm failing on my gym? Because I know that this is one thing people forget. If you told yourself you want to show up 4 times a week to the gym and you happen to show up, that's good. Consistency. But if you show up 0, you never get the result. So you're trying to say, hey, I'll come back late, whatever. There is reasons why that is happening, right? That's why we said, let's start with the reality. I'm pretty sure maybe you're doing your work integrated learning, or you have a side job, or you have other things, you have brothers you have to look after, whatever the case may be. That's part of life. And we don't want to judge it before we actually get to say, find some sort of a thing that you can repeat and it's quite repeatable. Does that give you an answer? Yes. But the question is, let's say you have targets and you have to do the preparations next week. Did you show up for it? And if you happen to pass or fail, can you always attribute that pass or failure to the amount of time that you have put? If you're ashamed of that, then you don't know. You don't have control. Consistency. Can you repeat it? Not can you show up every day? I mean, in June, I probably only posted like 4 or 5 videos of the 67 invested minutes. But I was like, it's okay. Because I'm busy jumping on a jumping castle at my Lotus. I was very happy. But instead of beating myself up, I showed up. Whenever I can, when I can. How I can. Thank you.
Let me just ask something, because we're talking about goals and we're cutting them down. We're talking about consistency and we're talking about control. Is there any point when we're doing this where we are putting too much of our dreams on a pedestal because they're too big? Because if she's saying she wants to get 7 distinctions and we're saying you need to forgive yourself because she can't show up all the time, how often do we get to forgive ourselves? Because she's going to start forgiving herself because she's jumping on a jumping castle and whatever. And the next thing, she's got 3 out of 7 distinctions. When do we start saying we are too relaxed in getting to our goals because we showed up 2 out of the 3 times in the week?
I'll answer this with a question. When do you decide to eat in your day?
Pardon, say that again?
When do you decide that now I want to eat in any given time of the day?
If you're not using intermittent fasting or whatever,
When you're feeling dizzy, you'll know, hey, I have to eat, otherwise I'll die here, right?
Yeah.
Good. That is your goal. If you're not feeling dizzy about them, then you're not that motivated. Again, I think you said a very interesting statement there. The bag, you're not that motivated or something like that. What makes your goals fail or whatever, right? But if you think about it, we have 24 hours a day, right? You said you're coming from work and then you're tired and whatever. I can promise you probably have some time to watch Skim Sound. If you chop it out, then you have much more hours for whatever you want to do. So the forgiving part of it was that people tend to be too much on themselves, such that they spend too much time thinking of what they are not doing right instead of looking at, I'm doing this right, and I'm consistent, and what more can I improve at to get better? Did you see how that whole thing went? Forgive yourself, relax. There's no you'll ever make anything stable in life. You can't stay. Forgive yourself, relax. And now that you've relaxed, you know that you're not hours. Start counting. I have 24 hours. I spend 8 hours at work. I spend another 2 hours watching Skim Sound. I spend 1 hour or 30 minutes trying to get a distinction. Already you know your priorities. Therefore, you value more Skim Sound than your 30 minutes.
Got it. It helps to break it down. Thank you.
It's simple as that. You know, when you're hungry, you will eat. When you're hungry, you will eat. I won't have to remind you have to eat. Because you know your goal. Whether you yourself that much, the framework that is going to help you get to that point encourages don't be too hard on yourself. Look at the data, look at things black and white, and then act on that. I would want us to say, okay, you choose one outcome that changes everything. Get your distinctions. You want to put this much time and all those kind of things. Do you know how many hours you put per week on your goals?
Spend about 1 hour
a day.
Monday to Thursday, and Friday 4 to 5 hours. Put in the most time.
Okay. Let's say I want to get distinctions as well, which I did it, by the way. You're putting 1 hour. And look, this is not you against me, but we are coming up with a framework here that should be applied everywhere, anywhere. And anytime you're coming up with a framework that should be applied everywhere anyway, anyhow. Okay, you take an average of that. The highest person that got this much in the test, this much, the lowest is this much, and then the average is this much. So this is what we are expecting. That's at least your entry point, always. But you have to always mix it up, I think. You're putting an hour, I'm putting 4 hours, and I'm getting 75. You're putting an hour, how much do you think you're going to get? Less than 75, right? It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. I'll tell you this. I think it's going to take us a very interesting slide. You are not in control of luck or getting anything in your life, but you are in control of improving the odds of luck. You know what that means? What we just said, right? You can't control what you're going to get, whatever, but you can improve the odds of it. 1 hour to 4 hours, or 1 hour to 12. You're improving the odds. Did I answer your question? No, I'm still vague. I did. Cannot control. I mean, whether you're going to get 100 or not, or 75, whatever, that's a good goal. That's a great goal, right? You can't control that without. But you can improve the likelihoods of getting something. Put a bit more hours. You probably will know the whole chapter this time. The last one, accountability. Who will review this with you? This is where many people fail, by the way. Anyone wants to answer this question? Anyone who said themselves is going to review the goal? Okay. No, you're going to review your own goal, right? Whether you're doing it right or not. Good. Anyone who said a friend or a partner or a bestie or whatever the case may be, you said your partner will review for you. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. She said the person who's going to review their goal is herself and then a friend. When do you decide when a friend reviews the goal for you?
Let's find out.
This is where people fail. And you should listen to every word that we're going to say. Let me take off my...
Say that again. Please ask the question again.
Okay.
When do we?
At which point do you decide that you are going to be the one that is reviewing your goal? And at this point, this is where your friend is going to review the goal.
Obviously for myself, as the moment I start, I didn't think about the part where my friend come in, but obviously when things start looking good,
What does good look like? What does good look like? Remember, we are engineers. Remember, we are engineers in this room. Engineers don't just talk from, I think, I whatever. No, exact. What does good look like?
My goal, say for instance, is losing weight.
Yes.
If now I see clothes fitting differently, that's where I get my friend in.
That's good. Which means there is no time of when soon you would like to sort of start doing that. You don't even know when you will review when a friend is coming. Cool. That's an infinite goal. You know what happens with an infinite goal? That if I ask you to put this chair together and assemble it in 9 months, you will definitely take 9 months, right? But if I take the very same chair and ask you to put it in 3 months, it will take 3 months. But if I tell you there needs to be a president right now that needs to sit on this chair in the next 2 hours, you'll put it in 2 hours. That one stick. Yes. We are so forgiving to the parameters of the main basic stuff of our goal that we forget that if we don't know it and we don't have it under control and properly defined, we are just putting ourselves in a very big trap that will just run infinite. If you want to have a goal, I mean, I did a very simple thing. For 67 days, I'll be sharing the learnings that I'm learning. What's my 4 goals, and then I'll be sharing the progress that I have. What did I say? 7 days. How long is my video? Just 1 minute. Done. That is the goal. I'm doing it. I keep up on it. If I'm not doing it, I just know I'm failing. And the next time I'll do it. So when you decide my friend is to come in at this point, you need to know how long then is your goal and how long are you willing to do it on your own until you then let your friend in. Good. We are still talking about the point of accountability. Accountability is what part of that do you really play? You play the setting up of your goals. You play owning anything that goes wrong or right of that goal. And you play who is interfacing with that goal. Who do you let in? Who do you not let out? I mean, I took a good time to put down a team that are going to work with me on this event. I didn't go there and be like, hey, everybody, anyone can... You come work with me. You come work with me. Because I had this goal. I owned it. It's mine. I'm going to then share this goal with them. They can choose to create the goal from that goal that I have, and then they run with it. Whether they leave or they stay, I still run the goal because it's mine. Who does it benefit? Me. If we happen to then win together because they joined that goal that I have, perfect. It's even a better thing because instead of just one guy winning, you have 2 guys winning. But whether they leave or they stay doesn't determine whether I keep on my goal or not. Did you get a different definition of accountability? What part of that do I pick? Okay. Are we still happy?
Do we have any answers online? Do we have anybody who wants to contribute online?
Sorry.
Let's see.
Mama Senior would say, where are my supporters?
Okay. Let's see. This is good. I like this one. I'm going to read it because I want to move on to the next thing, right? It says, passing my course,
getting induction at Transnet, that will definitely open doors through the portways. I mean, okay, firstly, myself, my very strict partner, and my aunt.
Wow.
Why are you guys laughing? Don't, my friend Kathy, don't worry about these people. They're very judging. I'm not that judging. She said, I'm going to assume it's a she. But yeah, she said, the people who are going to be accountable with there, it's what? 3 people. In engineering, we call that 3 points of failure. And anything that you would like to achieve in life, eliminate the failure, right? Because if we have right now, we have how many doors? 1, 2, 3, 4. If right now people are swarming in and then we have to protect this room, if I'm alone, I'm probably not going to be able to stop these people coming into here, right? But if there's only one door, there's a big likelihood that I'll be able to stop them from disturbing and then come and vandalize stuff. So you eliminate it. Just leave you. I like how you said it. It's going to be you at bed. But then the way you didn't say it, it's foul. That's good. This one, I like what it's good to have people, but you have to understand, people have to interface on you. You don't have to, guys, let's put together and then the work plan will work. No. Haven't you ever done those group chats where we will plan to go to Cape Town and it never gets on? But try this differently next time. I have a trip. I want to go to Cape Town. This is how long it's going to cost. This is how much it's going to be. Guys, I present it to you. You want to go? No. You want to go? Yes. Do you want to go? You want to go? Yes. Okay. Those who didn't say no, who said no, perfect. Going either way. If nobody goes, cool. Take your bags, get into a flight, go to Cape Town. What did I teach you then? Do something, even if you have to do it alone, because it's yours. Who owns this life? That's the concept of accountability. I like what you said there, and I like that you really said that. Yeah, I like what you said there. Very strict partner, very aunt, and the self. Sorry to say this, right? But should these people decide to detach from your life at any given point, how will your life look like? And then you look for the next one. The next one will be like, actually, riding a bicycle is a better idea. Do something else. What did you do there? Derail from the goal. And if you derail from your own goal, you will never be. Because the things that fulfill you in your life are the things that you really like and that you want to really see. Imagine if you drop away the idea of a poultry farm. Would you ever feel happy? I like it because you're already wearing the boots that identifies that. Which means that is really you. That is your identity. So if you go and then you meet this other friend, your chickens are not smelling nice. Drop that friend. Sorry to say that. Drop that friend. Because unfortunately, you will never be happy and you probably find him. That's your goal. Okay, sorry to tell you that I don't normally give people advice, but that's the thing. If anyone choose to let go, are you still going to be holding on to your dream? And are you still going to be happy that you're doing it either? Because this is your life, you are the steering, and you choose how your movie is then scripted.
So when we're wrapping up accountability, are we saying that it is best that you hold yourself accountable first before you introduce anybody else?
I would suggest that because this is what I want to do before I show you the app for 5 minutes and that's it. And then we close it. I have a very crazy idea what I would like, how I would like to do it. For me, that's one thing at least I know. I have very crazy ideas and tell it to my friends or anyone who just like, are you crazy? Yes. My shoot, the guy at the back there who's doing the camera stuff is a very good close friend of mine. But some of my ideas that I tell him, weird. That's totally fine because that keeps me happy and that keeps me excited. But am I going to drop my ideas just because it doesn't understand it yet? No. You should just do it until they actually understand. Even when I started the invested app, by the way, somebody was like, just an app take time? I was like, yes, because that's the only currency you have before you have money. Have you ever thought about it in that way? No, which means if you're not using your time well, it's like somebody who's taking their money and you're throwing it in the ocean. Think about it. But I pitched it and I'm like, hey, so you just want to waste your time doing that? I was like, I'm not wasting my time. I'm investing this time because it's going to get me something out and it's going to give me visibility of my own life time. And not only do that, I can give it to the friend and a friend of a friend and they'll take it. Yeah, that is it. Any other question? Do you guys have any clarity of what you just did today? Do you guys have any clarity and answers answered or questions answered on the things you're unsure about? I'm still going to have a quick 5 minutes, 10 minutes chat with anyone just to get a bit more. I don't want everyone to just share their stuff. It's personal to you. It's your dream. It's your goal. You don't want anyone stealing it from you, so keep it to yourself or just share it there. Any questions? There's one question.
All right, we have a question. Let's find out if you have questions online as well.
Yeah, so just want to find out then, how do we define failure? Because I mean, from what you said, I understand then not getting 7 distinctions, then we wouldn't call that failure. But yeah, what would we then define as failure? I mean, I showed up every day, I was studying every day, but I didn't get the 7 distinctions. That's not failure. What is failure then?
So what is failure? I didn't get 7 distinctions. but I passed all my modules. I didn't get the job I wanted, but I got a job. How do we define failure?
I'll make this longer because I don't want to give anyone advice. I want you to think on your own and come up with something for your own. It's all about attitude, right? There's bad attitude and positive attitude, right? Again, we said we're yes, there's yes and no, positive or negative. Bad attitude or good attitude. Bad attitude, when things go south or fail, like, this bicycle, it never works. I don't like this. What? That's bad attitude. Did you get that? But if you have a positive attitude, no matter how bad or how great it is, you're always going to show, oh, the changes went out. What do we need to do? Let's get a new one. It's going to be 57 rand or whatever the case may be. What did you do there? You failed either way. Or the bicycle failed. But your attitude determines what and how you're going to think of it better. And not only think of that thing better, what you're going to do better on the next thing that you have to do on the bike or any other thing in your life. Let's bring it back to the distinction. What is failure for you? Don't tell me it's not getting 70. Don't be greedy. Some of us just passed.
I've been told I'm too hard on myself.
You can just
say, if I get the 6 distinctions and the 74, that's still failure to me. Because I didn't reach the goal I set.
What are you going to do if you fail?
Sorry?
What are you going to do if you fail?
There's not much I can do.
You're going to be happy or not happy?
I'll still be happy that I passed.
Perfect.
But there's going to be a portion of disappointment to me. But I didn't get that. But again, life moves on to the next goal.
What part of that is failure? Okay, there were people. It's
7 out of 7.
it's fine. I'll tell you this. I think failure, or you only fail. And what we just came up here with the framework, really say, start. This is how you can know if you're moving in the right direction quicker or not, right? You see this empty chairs here. You can just show them. I don't mind. This empty chairs here. There's a few people online. I think there were like 18 people. Yeah, there were 18 people that we actually got to RSVP. They paid the ticket. Some actually left. Do you think I failed? Plus, these people who are listening here, you're going to take the very same lesson we have here. You're going to take it to somebody else. You're going to multiply it, do it better, whatever. And then boom, 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 boom. That's it. So failure is just disguised as you achieved your goals, just not at 100%. So don't look at it as failure. Again, positive attitude. I've achieved my goal, just not 100%. Who said you need to get 100%? Only said it to us. You don't have to be 100% right with anything that you're doing. Just be 70% right. I mean, I've joined these apps for banks, the banking apps and all those kind of things. They're buggy from time to time. I can tell. They even have bad UI interface in some cases. Even my own app, it's buggy sometimes. There's bad UI interface and whatever. But right now, as I'm speaking, there's people who are paying for that and subscribing to it. If I waited for me to be 100% perfect, was I going to be making the money to make sure that we have the grapes and all those kind of things? So failure is just the highest standard of outcome that we would like to reach, that we never really got to reach, and we beat ourselves up. But if we can look at it from an engineering point, can you say that your car is a failure if it doesn't reach 200 kilometers per hour? No, you just can't reach it. Go buy a Bugatti then. Did you hear what I said there? The problem is people put this whole failure thing as, yeah, somebody could get 75. Okay, good for them. I was able to get 75. At least I aimed for 70, for 85 or whatever the case may be. I followed in. Did I pass perfect? Did I get the bare minimum? Because the whole system that we have right now, right, it wants you to be just perfect. Haven't you seen some of these people on TikTok? They're starting on TikTok from like there's nothing wrong with this, and all those kind of things. You're probably thinking, it's bad, I won't do that. I would want to at least come to this nice place, a very nice. You're thinking for that 3 hours or 5 hours or 10 days or 1 month or whatever, that guy is getting 10 more followers. And that's what matters. If they fail, no. You failed because you didn't do anything. So you only fail if you didn't do anything. Yes, have bigger, look, I always say have the biggest goals and the biggest dreams and biggest targets you could ever think of. I advocate for that any day. But should you not reach them, you didn't fail. You just need something that can quantify that. So we are coming back to then something much more interesting than now. I'm going to be showing you an application that will 100% tell you that you didn't fail. This is what you did instead.
Look, it's the demo demons in tech. They say it like that. You'll prepare everything, and then when you have to demo it, there we go.
Find the app here. It's a bit weird on the laptop because it's not made for a laptop. It's 100% made for your phone. So I have it on my own phone here. Just quickly show you. Trained a lot. I think I would ask somebody to just put my phone on the charger there. I also have this very same app on the phone, right? This is what has been keeping me consistent and show up and have 100% visibility of my time. So many people get to worry about things they cannot control. For me, let's just look at one of my goals. I had 4 goals, right? One of each is I want to exercise and be happy and excited. That doesn't sound like a goal, right? But description of that is I want to come to the gym and show up consistently. That's it. And also ensure that I celebrate my birthday. Celebrating it today. I ensure that if a friend of mine is having a birthday, I go and I create time because I work way so much. So I told myself that's one of my biggest goals for the year. The second one is I wanted to work with a local business and help them see something that they've never seen before. Some of the problems you'll get out there is you find that there is a saloon. I'm going to do with your crochet business. There's a saloon where you can put your t-shirts there, then you put your very nice tag and your QR code to say, I've done this. This is how much it is. You can get into it, and then that's it. That makes sense because the person who's going to do a salon, they'll care about how they look, right? They're most likely to buy that t-shirt. Cool. That's another revenue for the business and also for you. So I was working and I've been working. I'm just not ready to take out the details. I'm working with a very local business to help them see where they can improve their revenue by 5 to 20% in the next 90 days. That's number 2. Number 3, consulting work, which is doing applications, doing consulting with people, they pay me, whatever, all those kind of things. That's it. I wanted to really see how much time I'm putting on that. And number 4, if I'm not remembering it, then it's not that important. Oh, it's 67 days challenge because I really wanted to see how much time I'm putting. When I created the video for the challenge, what's happening, everybody? I'm just from the gym today. This is you have to sort of do those things. It's fun. I have to know how much time I'm taking to edit the video to do this, how much time I'm taking to put this time to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I cared about this. We have what? 4 goals. That's good. Do you know how much time you spent on the goals that you have been looking at in the past month? You don't. You can just pump it. I think 10 hours last week. But then it comes back to the question that you have said. How do you know that you failed? Did you fail because you didn't put enough time? Or did you fail because that thing was just difficult? We have to quantify that. Why? We are engineers. The reason why you really trust your car is because engineers have tested it and they know what it can do, it cannot do. They have all the values there. So then why don't you have all the values about your life and your goals? This app gives you. If I'm to give you, you can already see I've put 160 hours to this goal. And if I click on here, I said, let's complete the goal. It's going to pull up some nice, good stats of what I've been doing in the past few days and whatever. Somebody could be like, well, that just looks like good data. Oh yeah, that's good. That just looks like good data. No, that for me, that is not just good data. It already tells me, Yuri, huh? Bruh. Remember July and when I told you I wasn't doing anything? Bruh, you were not showing up. Consistency. You were not showing up. Okay, cool. What can I do about it? I can try to pick it up. Pick it up. Drop it. It's fine. I think this one was a false positive, so it's supposed to be maybe in the middle. Don't worry about it. Don't be too hard on yourself. You have to just stay calm. You can always fix it, right? That's it. Because I started very high here, very motivated. Dropped. Come here. If I ask you which week did you drop your goal? Which week did you not do this? Which week did you put less time on the goal that you really think matters and all those kind of things? I promise you can't tell up until today. And that's what you need to know. Quantify your life. engineering point of view. It's the mind. Again, I'm gonna go ahead for me, then say, da da da. Then I go ahead. But let's say if I don't want to complete it, we just go ahead, start the timer. People like Pomodoro, right? I don't hate it. Just counts up. It doesn't count down. It counts up. Why? Because if it counts down, this is how psychology did. I spent enough time, by the way, studying some psychology stuff or psychology effect. If you say you're gonna put 2 hours into studying, when that 2 hours is done, you're gonna stop, close the app, and you're gonna close your books, you sleep. But that doesn't mean that you're tired. And that doesn't mean that you're done. But if the time is just counting up, you can take it as far as you can. You can do 10 minutes. Perfect. Load up. You can do it 5 hours. Perfect. Because your energies are not the same every day, right? You can go this. And it's totally fine. Again, don't be hard on yourself. Just look at the data, look at the reality. Ask yourself, are you happy with that? If yes, cool, continue, do more. If you're not, do something about your life. Once I'm done, it's just gonna be like, done. Then I can say what I feel. I don't know if this will even take a picture. Yay! Let's do this. Take a picture. Whatever. I mean, let's say you have this. You who's gymming, who's exercising with a friend. You can take a picture after the gym and then you do that. We have a very nice picture thing, then you can just or you show your goods, whatever the case may be. It's up to you, right? And then you can write what you're like, or for you, okay, I've cut down the price to this, whatever, because that's what you've done. And imagine what we could do with this data, with AI in the future. You can actually just look up, hey, brah, did we ever spend time on this? It will tell you, okay, how has my consistency been and what are the likelihoods that I'm going to be able to get to the goal? I will forget. Did you see what you just did there? You took your life, what you would love to do, your goal, put it down as data, and you can always query back that data. The graph, failure, assist, it's up to you. Do what you can do with that information. We have put it down for you. I hope this worked. Oh, that's good. Did I fail? No. I'm giving you an app here and I'm going to give you a free subscription for the next 90 days. But yeah, demos never work. Anyway, that's it. But for this one, already overdue. You can go ahead and complete. Okay, let's just say, don't do this. Yeah, let's just say we wrote something here. And then we say complete the goal. And it tells you are done. Hey, the goal is no longer active. Whatever. That's just a bad you act. But it happens. I gave you something that can give you visibility of your life. And why are you not putting your time on the goal? The one biggest reason why I created this is because I wanted a selfish way of talking to anyone who's saying, Andy, I need 5,000 Rand to invest on my business. First question I always ask people is, how much time did you put on that? Because I'm not going to put my 5,000 Rand on your business if you've never put time on it and you're just dreaming. You're wasting my time and you're most likely to fail again and again and again and again. But again, I started it from a selfish point of view. As I'm working on it, I was like, this is actually great for me to have good visibility of I can use it. I can even see how much percentage I've spent on specific goals against other goals. Which means if you're saying you want to get fit and you're only spending 2% of your time, but you're spending 90% of your time on exercise and happiness and all those kind of things, you already know where you're failing. Engineers, that's how it is. Diagnostics, and then it will support you along the way as you're doing all that. And then kaboom. I hope this doesn't become one of those workshops where you just joined and then you go and learn something and nothing. This app will be a very good support and it will be with you throughout the whole time.
What's the name of the app?
And you will get it. It's called Invested. I didn't put it as the main thing because that is not the problem. Problem is you have something you would like to in your life. You don't even know how to do about it. If I tell you to check time on it, you might even do it wrong, at 100% wrong. So then let's set it up. You have the right questions to ask, answers the right ones, and you do it right. And then you just have time and this app to give you full visibility if whether you're going to the right direction or not. Any question before I close? That's it. Thank you very much for coming and spending my birthday with me. Don't sing happy birthday. And I appreciate that you listening.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andy. Happy birthday to you. And a big congratulations.
Appreciate it. Sipo, no. Thank you very much. And that's all we had. And I mean, right now, Azish, let's have fun.